Today's a big day. We're catching our massive saltwater crocodile, Elvis. So we've got some concerns with Elvis and his teeth. He's actually got a tooth coming out underneath his jaw here, which is really unusual. So we've got the vets in, we've got x-ray machines there ready to go, and basically we're just going to catch him, x-ray, and see what we can do. We've had Elvis since 2007 and we've never had to catch him. So this is a pretty big deal for us, the team, and Elvis. A lot of pressure today. We want things to go as smooth as possible for all involved. Obviously, Elvis is a very dangerous animal, so we've had to do some pretty intense training with the staff, and I'm feeling really confident. We've got the whole team here. Everyone's pumped, including myself. I've been awake since 2 AM. It can be really, really dangerous. Just everyone really listen in today when we're calling shots. Nothing's rushed today. Everything's as slow as it needs to be. Obviously, Elvis is our priority. The vets are here ready to rock and roll. But yeah, please just keep yourself as calm as you can. Be mindful of others. Anyone in the enclosure, you're really listening because yeah, we're dealing with a massive crocodile that can be very dangerous. Obviously, capturing and restraining a large, mature saltwater crocodile like Elvis is very dangerous and challenging. To help Elvis with this procedure and keep him as safe as possible, we're going to use a muscle relaxant on him, which obviously relaxes him right out. It also acts as a short-term memory loss, so it makes everything safer for everyone. First up, going to jump into the enclosure like we're doing a routine feed. Going to go in there with a bit of food on a stick, nothing out of the normal, walk around, swim him, get him to come out of the water like he's going to get that bit of food, and then one of the boys is actually going to pass me a top jaw rope, get it over there, pull it nice and tight, and then really fast they're going to throw a second jaw rope straight over, secure, and we're going to have to see what he does. And I would imagine he's going to start death rolling. Back up. Alright, he's got that. We're going to throw a nice, damp, heavy blindfold straight over him. Make him feel a bit more secure and safer, and then we'll just let him sit. I would imagine though he's going to roll again, so we'll just see how that plays out. Let him go. Let him roll. Keep that pressure on. Keep pressure. Wait. Just keep him facing forward. So we've got the top jaw ropes on and he's started rolling. Just keep into this corner. Don't let him in that water. Keep it, try and swing past him. Swing past, swing past, swing past. We actually have to completely reposition ourselves. He's just done these huge big rolls and we've had to sweep straight past him. All right, yours are good? Yep. Just gonna try and shut him down a bit here. Then we get him secure again, blindfold back on. Going to come around with the vet and we're going to try and give him that muscle relaxant. Tail is really dangerous. Head's dangerous. It's just a tiny injection into the back of the leg there. Then he's rolled again. Keep that pressure on. So we've just had to completely 180 once again, back to where we originally started. Blindfolds back on, now we're cooking. We'll let him sit for probably 15 or 20 minutes while that relaxant starts to work. We're going to place the big timber jaw chock straight into his mouth. So he just basically bites down on it. It's nice soft timber, bit of rubber over it. We're going to go over the top of that with a binding rope to try and give us a bit more security for when we actually jump onto the crocodile, so his jaws won't be completely unrestrained. And then we're actually going to jump on him and fully restrain him. And we're just going to come in and just straight on.
I'm neck.
I'll be right behind his ears, like in that groove there, and you'll be right on his shoulders.
Just remember, Dylan, Mitch, Sam. Main thing is not too much. Don't forward pressure. It's all down. Pinny.
All right. 3, 2, 1. First thing you got to do when you jump on a crocodile is you lift the front arms and the back legs straight up behind him.
I know, he's on those legs. You got one there, Mitch? Sam, you might have to lift up a little.
They're so powerful. Even with, you know, all us keepers on top of him, he can still have a bit of a thrash.
I got his leg. Yeah, what about that other side? His leg? Get that leg up, Jake. Get it up. That's your leg. Well done, mate. What about that other one?
And then we're actually going to tape over the jaw binding rope.
Nostrils are clear.
And then we're going to slide him onto the board. Help him bring it right across.
Keep that leg up, fast, leg up.
Will the boys, they'll pull his head up onto it. Bring that board in as close as you can. You guys, so Obi, Jake, Sam, Mitch are going to go side saddle now, so legs over completely. And when we're sliding him on, be really cautious of his legs, that they don't get stuck. So we'll lift his head first.
Hang on, hold.
We're on.
Well done. Try and lift up the board there, everyone.
Ready? 2, 3.
A bit more work on the tail. Pull that tail to you, mate. Nick, that's it. Pull it. 1, 2, 3. Well done.
Good stuff.
Well done, Jake. You're up. Get those legs up there, mate. No, he's building. Good. Well done.
We've nailed it. It was a textbook capture. He's restrained on the board and now the vets are ready to go. We've got Dr. Robin Crisbin here from Somersby Animal Hospital. We're about to x-ray him and see what we're looking at. So Dr. Robin's right in there at the x-ray machine, getting a bunch of images and work out a plan of attack. So we've done the x-rays and they've revealed several problem teeth that need to come out ASAP. And now Dr. Robin's got a big job on her hands.
This tooth is certainly not supposed to be coming out of the bottom of his jaw. Putting some local in here so even though he's sedated, this doesn't hurt. And then we'll dig this tooth out. So what's happened is that's caused an abscess. You can see there's a swelling there. Yeah, so I'm going to take out this bottom right one, coming up from underneath and getting it out because it's all connected. And then I'm considering taking out that one as well because obviously there's a tooth under there on the x-ray that's not erupted and we don't want this to happen again. It was about ready to come out. It just couldn't come out the right direction. So that should have been going up like this and not out like that.
So now Dr. Robin's actually extracted that first tooth. We've done a second x-ray to see what's going on behind that tooth and it's revealed 2 more that are sitting in line like this.
A partial, and then you've got one that looks like a normal healthy erupting tooth. So we're going to make a hole in the top and try to get that out. Yes, there's the tooth right there. So see, that was a second tooth. This is probably younger or more recent eruption than the one we pulled out from the bottom. Yeah, I would prefer it come out because then we can flush and flush and flush. Yeah. It just depends on what it looks like. It's going in the right direction, but I'm not sure if it wouldn't be. Yeah, it's probably going to be better with all that infection there to go ahead and remove it.
So the first tooth came out really easy, but that final tooth is slightly stuck. And Robin's needing to get right in, deep into that cavity to remove it. And I'll tell you what, Elvis is not happy about it.
So slow. Yeah. Now you got some movement.
There's another tooth of concern sitting below the surface of the skin with no hole to actually pierce out. So we're actually going to do an incision on the direct opposite side of that jaw. Over the next few months, that tooth should hopefully just push straight out like it naturally should.
Is that it right behind there?
So Robin's deep, trying to get that tooth out. And myself and the team, we've got to continue to restrain Elvis even further because he's just full of so much power. Even with straps over him, jaws restrained, he's just thrashing out of control.
His legs are on the ground back here.
So we've been here for 2 hours trying to get this tooth out. Finally, it's come on out.
Oh, there you go. Hey.
And Dr. Robin has done an amazing job. So the final tooth's out and Dr. Robin's really happy. While we've got him caught up, we're going to take the opportunity to do a big health check right across him and make sure he's tip-top condition. So while we're examining him, we're checking literally everything, right across his scales, across his body, his hands, his feet, his toenails, right down to the tip of his tail. So this is definitely something we don't do every day, catch an Elvis. So while we've got him, we're getting the tape measure out and we're going to see how long he actually is. So I've been lucky enough to work with Elvis on and off since 2007, and I thought he was about maybe 4.6 metres, but it turns out he's actually 4.75 metres, which is huge. Righto, the procedure's done, and now it's time to actually release him back into the pond. Next stage, we are going to position Elvis back this way, facing his pond. We'll try and slide him off the board, pole back on. The 6 of us will start unstrapping, starting from the tail, working his way back to the head. At that stage, we're ready to start cutting the tape and the binding ropes and remove that chock. And then we're pretty much, all we do is a big countdown, pile off backwards, and Elvis will hopefully see that water and just want to spear back in. While he's still restrained, we'll try and move him on the board back over here. 2, 1. Oh my God.
2, 1.
Yeah, if we can get that one. Yeah. 3, 2, 1. He's on the board. We've swung it around towards, so he's facing right at the water's edge. We're going to go through. We'll release his hands and his feet, unstrap him, and then all 7 of us are going to be back on top of him again. Liz is going to come over, she's going to cut the tape and feel those ropes, and his jaws are going to be completely unrestrained. This is probably the most dangerous part of the capture because we don't know what's going to happen when we release him. Sitting on top of this half-ton crocodile, and he can literally just swing around and just start biting. So it's got to go really smooth, and I'm very nervous. Alrighty, ready? 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Straight out. He's sitting there on the board, ready to go into the water. He's still got the mouth chock there, so I'm just going to throw a little rope over the edge of that and flick it out. And hopefully he's just going to go straight into the water. So Elvis sat there for a few minutes, had a bit of a look around. He's seen that water, went, "You beauty," he's just gone straight back in. Sweet. Good boy. And that's a great result for us. He's already doing laps of the pond, and that's a big win. Today's capture and restraint, the whole process was absolutely textbook. I'm so proud of the team, and I'm so happy that everything went so well for Elvis. I reckon Elvis is going to be much happier now. We all know how bad a toothache is, and he had quite a bad one, so that's all gone, and I would imagine he's probably not going to be as cranky as he used to be.